Good evening, good evening. Welcome to the live Facebook for the week ending 18th of September. And of course, for our members who are watching this, we welcome you to our weekly Wednesday update. And of course, we are currently at the crossroad. Many of you are looking for some sort of a direction where the market is leading, and perhaps by tonight you will have a little bit more of a direction where is likely the market will be heading. So let's get started, shall we? So I'm just going to be sharing more from where we left off last week in terms of the market, where we were, and of course those of you who've been watching and getting updates since the last 2 weeks, the market hasn't changed much, that's to be frank. So the question tonight is on top here. Is it time to buy more? Is it time to sell? Or do we want to hold? I think that's the question we are trying to answer tonight. And of course, for those of you who are just joining us, I'd like to welcome you to our evening live Facebook show. All right, so let's get started. So for tonight, we are looking into a couple of things. So this will be our agenda. So the question we're going to be asking is the Bursa KLCI moving higher? And that is so-called like the $64,000 question. Of course, the short answer is yes. But with that in mind, it always takes a bit of time for the market to goes up, right? And let me just show you. And you're all very familiar with what I've always talked about, which is the market stages. As I shared with you before, we will also look into the market stages later on as we talk about this. But also important is to know the seasonality of the month. All right. Now do take note. The market naturally never sort of, go up in a straight line. Let me just kind of draw the market. It goes up this way, it goes up a sideway, and then comes a bit down, and then goes up a bit. This is what we are kind of, good evening, Nora. Thank you for coming tonight. Thank you for your participation. It's good to have familiar faces. And of course, last week I was away due to some audit and business commitment, but I'll try to make myself available on Wednesday night if the time is demanding. And also, so we also look at a couple of recent news that came out this week. Also is the rubber glove sectors. I think many of you heard that. That was on the news that the US will increase the tariff beginning 2025 up to 50%, and it does look like many of these Chinese products are not so-called competitive going forward, so that makes a lot of rubber gloves. So does it mean it's worthwhile to hold on to it? And also we'll check out some of our past stock trade idea, which I have in front of me here. I think we did talk about MYEG, IJM, and Kajaya. So if you have any other stocks you want me to talk about, definitely this is the night we want to look out. And we also want to see those sign of strength, right? Those sign of strength. Those of you who are not familiar with the market stages, do check out the some of the video tutorial that I have. I talk about market stages going stage 1 to stage 2. Now also, for those of you who are professional remisers, fund managers, or even financial planner, I'll be doing a course, I think on the 8th of October. Let me just show you what that course all about here. Is on our website, and it's actually a summary of some of the work that are done combining together with fundamentals. So just to show you a bit of preview in here, it's a 1-day course on I believe it's falls on Tuesday. Let me just check here. It's you will get a 10-point CPE. It will be available through Zoom. It's only 98 ringgit, and I believe it is one of the lowest CPE cost that is out there. Some CPE costs you have to pay $1,000 over dollar, $2,000 over. With this, you will get 98 ringgit plus an understanding to volume spread analysis, and also in here. So in the course, you will understand the technical analysis of volume spread analysis. So some of you who think that this is definitely a good time to spend, and also understanding the reward to risk using volume spread analysis. We also look at trade setup. Then we're looking at the bullishness of the market in terms of sign and strength, things that we talk about. Then we will use the fundamental indicators that I always talk about in here. For those who don't know, we will use the trading wheel to look for some of these stocks, and then finally understanding the identified trading position by using the right position sizing for each trade. All right, so that is happening on the 8th of October. For a professional course with 10 points for 98 ringgit. All right, so that's something I want to do this as a community service. Okay, so tonight we'll be looking all our VSA indicator, looking at Bursa, some sectorial analysis, the US market, and the wicks, which is also important, which will able to tell that the market is either going higher. But by the looks of it, tonight we will get the news of the US Federal Reserve meeting minutes. Now the question is it going to be what we call a 50 basis point, right? Let me just, right. Is this going to be, let me make it a bit bigger. Is it going to be a 50 basis point or a 25 basis point? So if you look at the 50 basis point, then we are looking at 0.5%, which is a lot. Then you'll see the market started to move up. Then if you have the more likely, there are 60% of it pointing to a 50 basis point and a 25% basis point looking at 0.25. All right, so those are the two updates in here, but the market is already showing that. And let me just show you what I mean here. Now, if I take a look at the market where we are, and we were going to be looking at wicks. Okay, now I think I talked about last week wicks, so not so much. Now wicks generally when it hit around the 30, that's where the market usually turn. Last round, okay, let me just sort of move next to each other, then you can see those two stocks. So when you see the market hit 4th of September, that is also where the market, and when the market hit this bottom, which is the fiercest, 6th of September, see that 6th of September, that was considered the highest point around 24. Since then the market has recovered, but right now we can see here hitting on the 17th of September, the market is look like going up. So generally if you see this market going up for the weeks, right, it does look like it's going up, then we are likely to see the Nasdaq falling down. Now we are not out at the wood yet, to be frank with you. Okay, we are not out of the woods yet. As you can see in the weeks, it does point this market has a bit of room to move up here, right? And this is likely going to come down. So depending on the rate cuts, if the rate cut is heavily slanted towards the 50 basis point, then you will have this market likely to go up. Then you will see this probably come down. So it's going to be a lot of that. So that's why we are in the crossroad. So generally looking at it, once the news has been absorbed in the market, then the market will return back to its usual stage, which is, let me show you. All right, so this is the interesting one where we'll switch to the YM1, the Dow Jones Futures. So if we look at the Dow Jones Futures, which is already crossed to a new barrier here. All right, let me just delete this. So this is important where we see all the chart. So the market has already broken out. So this is very, very good, very, very positive. So a lot of the traditional stocks are going to be making higher high. All right, with the higher high, it range bound 1, 2, 3, 4 time breakout in here. So it does go back and retest back. Eventually, this is the early sign because we only have 7 more weeks to the US presidential debate, US presidential election. So that's what's really driving this market in here, and it's going to be volatile. It's not going to go up in a straight line in here. So a lot of the stocks, the US stocks, you will have a lot of them pick up nicely in here. I think we can look at the Magnificent 7. There are some also you can pick it up through the, I think one of them was pretty good was I believe was I picked it up through the VSA 360 was Sophie Technology, and this was that one. After Green Pentagon did test double top here, market fall back, boy 7. So at this junction, let's see, and it's only 8 US dollar stock, so it's definitely going to be a wow stocks, and still a lot of room to push up. And of course, you can also check out some of the things what they do. You can look at the financial here. It's a financial platform, student loans, credit cards, those, and the finance are moving up nicely too. So that is for Sophie. Okay, let me just bring you back into this market in here. Okay, so wicks, I've explained that. Now let's turn on to the Bursa KLCI. All right, so in the Bursa KLCI, I'll primarily focus on this, but let me just show you the dashboard on our VSA 360. If you're not subscribed yet, it is still facing resistance. Now, if you see from here, right, market was high about 1680. Did had a red pentagon, but there was no follow through. As I said before, 1640 was a very strong support, and partly if you scroll back down, this is also due to you've seen foreign funds flowing in. So this is a foreign fund flowing in here, 79.89. So that's also giving me positive. Now a lot of things just from last week turned positive. Healthcare, property, REITs, utilities, and construction. So they're turning green. Technologies, it's recovering, as I said before, and one of the better way to see this is to stretch this out, and you want to look at, so you can see technology has been down for 61 days, 23%, really also. You have this trying to rebound back, so what you want to see is to see a double bottom here. Okay, so normally when you will see a double bottom, it goes back up, bit back here, and then that's where you go. So this is going to be on the Q4 2024, this rally in here. All right, so that's what we are hoping for. Then the finance is still positive. You can see here holding up. You have a nice support here. So what are the things you can look from here is you want to look at your public bank, okay, your Maybank, your CIB bank. They are holding up. All right, so all these are holding up. Let's also look at Maybank. So I'm going to be doing a bit of coverage. It's not going to break down that quick, because you can see from here, the bank stocks are holding up. All right. So once the bank stocks are holding up, you switch to 3 months here, the 1600, and it's going to hold up too. Another good sector to look at is the plantation stocks. All right. The plantation stocks, no doubt it's gone up, but it turned back downwards in here. So a lot of stocks is sort of like, moving sideways here, and it's going to be holding up. Now, if you have any stocks you want me to look at, pencil in your comment. I'll quickly examine them and cross over to both the Malaysian market and also to the US market. So that will be much better for you. Okay, because usually sometimes I get some stock after I ended it, and then I haven't got a chance to sort of give you my comment on the stocks. So from here onwards, you can see plantation holding up at this level, very similar. A lot of stocks is just going to hold up at this level, right, before you see another markup going up here. This is that kind of congestion range, and then we are likely to see the market uptick from here. It does look bullish onwards. Okay, now also on our VSA 360, you can also see this is the seasonality. All right, so you can see from seasonality, like we said before, very clockwise. September month been super bearish. All right, so bearish here. You can see the September month. October will be the positive month. You can see the last ever since, let me go back here, let me just push it up, ever since 2021. So I think October month will be recovering. So if the October month recovering, where will this lead us to? Okay, so if October month, let me just switch on the FKLI. So we're going to be here, and October must always start from here. So really likely you can still draw what we call the rectangle here, this level here. Okay, yes, so this is where we have this month of October, right? It doesn't take a genius scientist to be, all right. And you can say Bursa turned back green pentagon already for the futures market. So that one is actually kind of positive from here onwards. So it's turned green Pentagon. So it's just a matter of time. The 1680, it needs to break. Now, in order to break that, you need to have an overall stronger market breadth. So right now, if you have seen from our weekly podcast that I sent out to the members, especially for our members, the market breadth is very, very low. Market breadth represents the number of stocks that is above the 200-day moving average, which is this purple line here, and the number of stocks that's below. So in Malaysia, we have something like 1,000 over stocks. Then you take up to the just the parent share, about another 700 to 800. So we measure how many stock that is above the 200-day moving average over those below 200-day moving average. Okay, so you can see from here, if you compare public bank in Inari example, you can see Inari is below 200-day moving average, public bank is above 200-day moving average. So once Inari move back up to 200-day moving average, which is another 10% move, right? Then you can see a lot of the market will start to recover back. We're not seeing that yet. So this is where market breadth is also important to make a judge. So on that basis, right, let me just show you here. Switch back to FKLI, right, and bring it down here, and then you will see this market's going to push up. So more updates as the week progresses. So going forward, what I like to do in October, rather than doing every week Wednesday, right, because of my work commitment, I would likely to do on the first for Wednesday night talk. Okay, this is just my announcement here. I'll probably be doing only on the 1-3-5 week. Okay, so the first Wednesday, the third Wednesday, and the last Wednesday. So 1-3-5 Wednesday of the month. All right, so rather than not doing every week, so at least you have some sort of a gap to see what I talk about in the first Wednesday of the month, and then on the third Wednesday of the month, whether that gap has sort of moved up. Then you can see the difference between that, and also allowed me to home in, to do more research, to create better content for all of you to be following the market in here. Okay, KPJ entry. All right, we will look at that one. Okay, let's look at KPJ. KPJ, which is a healthcare. So KPJ entry is here lah, green Pentagon 191. Yeah, this is the entry point, which is why you want to be entering in here. Now that the market has already gone up, so if you look at the usually KPJ kind of stocks, right? So you have to learn the pullback. All right, so you want to learn the pullback. Make sure you get the VSA 360 with this. Wait for the market to pull back into the yellow horizontal line here that you see. Now it's already gone to the red line. That is a danger zone. So usually a danger zone, the market will pull back. Okay, keep that in mind. So next one we have is also front can. Okay, for Azar. So front can, good. This is the stock I like, right? Moving above 200-day moving average. As we've seen some of the tech stocks starting to recover, all right? Why? If you look at NQ, which is the Nasdaq, you can see, if the Nasdaq tonight can break above the 20,000, as well with the 50 basis point cut, just we talk about, then you'll see front can will actually move out, all right? If you look in terms of the earning, it was surprise, on loss by 7 cents. Reported, there was standardized was 16. Reported was estimated was 28. But what it did was the reported was less than the estimation. So that's why the market actually took a beating. But right now it's focusing on the next up move, as you can see here before, and it's a pretty nice move. Why I say that? Because you got a lot of room of swing freedom. See, it gone down by 26%. Okay, so this is where you want to capitalize on it. So when you want to go back up to here, that's another 20% move. So you can target something within 15% move from here for the front can trade. A pretty good trade in here. All right, we got Grace here. Want me to look at Affin? Sure. Let's take a look at it. So if you have those stocks, put it in there. Else I'm just going to continue with my agenda. Okay. So for Affin, you can see here, no entry yet. You can see there is no green pentagon, but right now it's building up a support here. Okay, building up a support. You can definitely see this was a distribution, make a 2-bar reversal here, a nice support in here. So, and also take note, this what we call the market stages. You need to wait for it to turn gray first. All right, you can see from here, once it turn green, that's a good entry in here. So still have to wait lah, or you wait for the green pentagon, and if you're using Smart Robbie, you just wait for that one too. Okay, those are things. So next, we talk about the, oh yes, some of the stocks last week, which okay, we got BM Green. Okay, let's talk about BM Green. Okay, BM Green, okay, this one is nice, very good, I like this too. So BM Green, you can see out at $1.72, okay, and you notice why I like this, which I'll talk about. Red, okay, this is market stages. Red means stage 4 turning into stage 1, then turning into stage 2. So this is a beautiful one. BM Green, good entry, Nora, nice one, you pick it up in here. Okay, I'll make note of that too, and see BM Green, how well you'll perform too. Okay, last week there are some stocks I've talked about. It is MYEG. All right, so MYEG, I think last week we were somewhere at the green pentagon, and if you remember last week, which was around, I didn't do last week, 5th of September, so the last one was somewhere around here. I said this was a nice support, right? You can see here, and again, just take a look at this here. This is what I mean. So once it turned into the sideway, right? No red pentagon yet. This is where we notice all the gray bar here. All these gray bar, right? That means the market turned up. So once it started to turn green on top here, right? This is the first one. You can see that, and that also corresponds to the green pentagon. And then you have this surge just today. So last week we were somewhere around here. So a lot of the target you can see from here, right? Let me just delete this. You can see very visually here. Pay attention to those points. Yep. Once it started to turn green here, and it turned green, also correspond to the green pentagon, and then the market will start to pick up and shoot up. So that's usually the key thing. So any stocks that you have, next one we have was IJM. So we use this basis also to go into, okay? So look at that, IJM, not yet. You can see IJM turned green pentagon, slightly different, right? But it hasn't moved to the green yet. Once it starts to move to the green, it's ready to mark up. So here still okay. If you enter at the IJM here, right? You got double bottom in here, which is still good. Market tried to break down 2%, then today up 1.7. Once the market start to move up, you'll see more commitment of IJM here on the market stages will turn green there. Okay, next we have is Kajaya. Now Kajaya also turned green, right? Kajaya, after they have this bar here, you can see from it turn green, right? You move higher, pull back, right? So some of these stocks, which is the construction and property, started to recover as we are going into the so-called mid-end September in here. All is going to be focusing a lot on the closing of the US market and what's pending in here. All right, so the sectorial, when you look at construction, let's look at construction or sectorial here. Okay, construction, 4-day green pentagon. So you can see from here, construction already turned green pentagon. Okay, so that is a very good thing. So that simply means that, hey, a lot of the construction like your Kajaya and IGM will start to move up because, you know, the whole sector is moving up. And that's why you want to have something like this to be able to see the stocks, the sector, right, before you go in. Property also turning green pentagon. Switch to a 3-month chart here. Right, you can see this is where it broke up. So a lot of the property sectors, I think you can use apa lagi any number. Okay, EG, yeah, T. Okay, let's look at EG. Just now we're talking about property. Let me look at one property stock first. Any property stocks you all have? If not, just look at Sunrise. Okay, the old name Sunrise is gone already lah. Now it's UEM. Right, UEM Sunrise. Yeah. You can see they're all turning green pentagon. So the property sector is going to recover from here. Just that technology hasn't yet. Okay, EG. Okay, EG is a technology stock, so not yet lah, have to wait. Because the, just turned green Pentagon tonight. But remember, EG belongs to the technology sector. So you can see from here, technology sector, belum lagi. Belum lagi. It will turn lah, it will definitely turn one. Okay, just have to wait. Okay, just moving sideways only. Okay, EG looks good. Okay, lots of support here, very similar to MYEG, which actually started to move. Okay, we got next one, we have Kobe. Okay, Kobe not yet. You can see straight down, it need to float to form a double bottom or a sideways movement here. Kobe belum lagi. You can see a difference between MYEG. This is distinctively important. Let me just show you this. Okay, here you see this one have to move sideways first. It didn't. This one give you a chance to move sideways, flatten it out, and then move back up. That's what I like to see. Okay, we got Echo World. Okay, Echo World property stock. Okay, Echo World. Okay, Echo World, yeah, property stocks started to move back up already. Okay, but just take note, they have some overhead resistance here, so it's gonna be, stall and then we'll just move sideways first. So no conjunct first. Like for Echo World, it's gonna pull back a few more bars here. We got Tiguan. Tiguan is an industrial. Right, you got Green Pentagon. Now you got Uptrust. Not ready yet. It's almost there, I could say. It has a little bit of double bottom here touching it. You're right at the bottom. And if you look at Tiguan, right, how much has it fall since then? Right, you can see from here. This is why the sell-off was a bit overdone. 26%, very similar to also Inari. And then it can go back up to Green Pentagon here. It's possible, right? Easily 10-15% in its marking and ready to push up. Tiguan is also good. And of course, if you like the fundamentals, let me just show you the fundamentals. You can go to Smart Robbie, or you can use the trading view here. Just trying to get this. Okay. Apparently I can't get the 3 marks here. Okay. I think now it's not working. Oh, somehow it's not working. No, it's not. I have to refresh it. Okay, that's the trading panel. Okay, just now was working, now it's not. I gotta reload it again. So any more stocks, just let me know. We also look at the it was under SB Satir. So SB Satir, good one too, nice one. But hasn't move up to the upside. You can see this one has moved up, and then that's where it start to move up. Okay, so not the best quality. Generally you got double bottom here. It was starting to turn back up, right? Because just now also the property sector, property. Yeah, property has turned green Pentagon. So you want to make sure you reference to the sectorial screener. Get the trade VSA. VSA 360 if you have not done so too. All right. So next we're going to be looking at the US stocks. All right. We're going to be looking at US stocks here. So generally the Magnificent Seven. So first one we look at is Nvidia. Right. Nvidia actually turned green Pentagon. You see that? Right. Turn green Pentagon here. Move back is a nice pullback here. So it will slightly to hold, and again a lot will depends on the Federal Reserve. So if Federal Reserve was to push up, it's going to start moving up. Then you have the TSM, which is Taiwan Semiconductors, also very similar. You got the resistance at 174, all right, in here. So a lot of them, he is doing some sort of compression, pressing, lots of the green Pentagon. Here you can see, right, above, trading above, touching back to the gray bar here, the market stages here. So just testing on the downside in here. We'll see. Oh, the market's already opened down slightly only. Yesterday opened higher, push back down, and the same goes for the rest. So let's look at NQ since the market is already open since 9:30. You can see NQ is heading up. Let's look at Apple. Yep, Apple also recover back. nice one in here, back to 219. Apple pulled back a bit because of the news that the iPhone 16 wasn't selling as well as they did in China. Okay, AGX was one of the stocks which was a quick sell-off, but I think today pulled back up nicely here. You can see this was one of the stocks we have last week. Definitely can see here, it didn't trigger the 0.465 here, which is the stop loss. So nice pullback, nice push up in here. AGX, only thing we need to know is the industry. And unfortunately, somehow I'm not able to get into this here. So later, if you just look at the financials, find out what sector are they in, right? James, then you're able to pick up oh yeah, it's coming up now. So AGX is logistic. Okay, so logistic 50-50 lah. But chart looks very nice. It looks like we're gonna break 56565 here. So let's see first. It's gonna go up to 62 or not. Let's look at Microsoft now. Okay, Microsoft, because of the share buyback that they announced, so the market likely to push above the 440. Very good. And again, you can see how much it was down, 13%. So there is still some room to retest back the 464 is possible. Okay, we got the nice 3 more months to go, that rally that we are waiting for. So that one's going to be pushing up ahead here. Okay, let's also look at Amazon. All right, Amazon has recovered back. Very similar picture to Microsoft here. Only Apple because of the iPhone sales. Then you have the Meta, Facebook. I think that one has performed much better. Same thing over, right? Just like NQ, which is the Nasdaq. Let me show you here. You can see Nasdaq need to break above the 20,000. So it just all break, like Meta break, Microsoft break, Nvidia break, TSM break, then you'll see the Nasdaq also break up, because all those sort of move in tandem in here. So it doesn't take much of a genius. So just have to watch, either be after the market or it's gonna be maybe a day from now. Okay, any more favorite stock trade idea? Give it to me. All right, I don't want to stay too long. So right now, the emotional market is somewhere between fear and greed, which I will show you this picture here, right? And if that uncertainty happen, bank on the seasonality of the month. The seasonality of the month will tell you where this market is leading to. Okay, James want me to look at Tesla? Sure. Let's look at Tesla too. Tesla, again, very similar to Meta, similar to Microsoft. Already, they akan datang. So you can see from here, the old high is about 263, just a matter of time for push back in here. And if you do want to sell towards the strong rally during the Christmas, okay? Sell strong into the Christmas rally and take a bit of money off the table for year end and then come in for next year, right? So look at the facts, use the market stages like the week before and, sort of tie back. So you can see a lot of the stock somewhere is either stage 3 here or stage 1. If the market were to break down, maybe they say they're not going to cut interest rate, then a lot of the stocks are going to be breaking down. But if they do break in, that stage 3 will become stage 1. It's like stage 3, stage 1. And then you have this nice rally here between stage 1 to stage 2, which we think will be the Q4 2024. All right. So Trade VSA is VSA 360 is powered by our Pentagon Guider in here. So as a summary, as I said before, learn this methodology that you have, and some of you can follow my YouTube, my members. Those of you who are joining our premium membership, we have our weekly Monday training that we do, right? We have completed our CV3, we started our CV4, right? And going forward, the coming months, right, Q4 will be interesting. As I said before, look back to some of the notes that I've said before in here. Stay strong, okay? The market will be choppy, right? A lot of opportunity in here. Still a lot of room to group, right? September month is a bearish month. Stick to your Pentagon Guider, and for our members who use the market stages, right, that is also a very, very good guide to do your timing. Make sure the market is slightly edging towards the gray bar, the market stages, those gray bar, and once again to the green bar, it's okay. And for one of the stocks that started to move up high, right, you will see profit taking already, like Affin. I think you mentioned what was the first stocks, I think, yeah, KPJ. Yeah, KPJ is going to undergo through profit taking, but be patient. Trade well and live well. And our VSA 360 premium membership is as follow. Those of you who are interested to join us, this is a good introduction to how we will coach some of our members who is listening tonight. Has done pretty well. They have a very good, strong method. Let me just share you some of the results they have done. And we are quite proud that we are, in a way responding. You can see Yi, 68% return. James, who is with us tonight, 66%, Melifan 40%, Ku 27%, Sukumaran 23%. And this was the month from the March to September. Okay, well done, right, for our members there. So you can see the KLCI now is been undergoing corrections. Okay, so we can come back to it. Okay, it's been processed. That we're back to here again. So any other stocks, if you want me to look at, feel free. All right, I'm here to sort of encourage all of you to learn as an individual and to learn about volume spread analysis. Share that with your members, all right, and share that with your family members, and also our affordable CPE course that we're doing on the 8th of October to get your 10 points. So that's all I have for tonight. Any comment, any question to your earlier top? Should I top up, exit, or think? And I think the question to answer that generally is depending on how much cash that you have, right? You shouldn't be out in this market. And I would think that right now, this mid-September is considered one of the lowest point where we have the double bottom, remember? So adding into some of your existing position is actually very good, healthy, going to the best quarter of the year. With that, I thank you for coming, and I want to keep it short and snappy tonight. Stay bullish. Market will be favorable in the coming weeks. Thank you. Bye-bye.